Thank you for coming to our Amway demonstration this afternoon. Oh, sorry.
Am I going to get a free trip out of this?
It really does help Isaac when he's putting all the paper in.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right. Okay.
I can see that.
There's your house. Beautiful. Nice, actually. Love it. Okay, first thing we got is the water heater. Basically, the actual water heater didn't look like it was installed by an actual plumber. It looked like Joe Homeowner's son, somebody installed it. The first thing I've got is this right here is your vent flue pipe. And normally you'll see a pipe going up through the ceiling and out the roof. And this one, unfortunately, they used a dryer vent for lint. Not quite up to code. Anyway, and all they did was they make a loop, came around, and they attached onto this hard metal pipe that does go through the wall. The only problem is if you take a look at this thing, code requires that when it leaves this, it has to have a 1/4 inch per foot rise going uphill. You see the whole thing
Keeps gas in
flat
there.
as can be, yeah. That's the reason why they invented carbon monoxide testers. So anyway, this whole thing, the problem I can see is from here to there is going to be really difficult to get that fast bend.
It's also up on a prop, so you think that you're saying that this needs to go at an elevation.
Well, this pipe here for the vent pipe for the flue does have to go at a 1/4 inch. Every foot it has to rise a 1/4
Right,
inch.
so this needs to be lower so it can, if you're going to
Yeah.
use them.
And it can't be too much lower because where the flame is inside of the water heater, flame has to be 18 inches off the concrete by code.
Okay, did we measure?
Now, if it's at, I don't take the whole unit apart to measure exactly to the flame, but if the flame's at like 23, 24, then yeah, we got some room. We can actually drop the thing 5 inches.
Right.
If it's sitting almost right at 18,
which would be probably
So
cheaper
this is
than
a safety thing.
then we're into more issues of if that's where it's at, and we can't get an elbow and get to here at a 1/4 inch rise, then we're talking tearing the sheetrock off of this wall, and where this pipe connects to go up through the wall, it would have to connect up here. They just have to come up a little higher in the wall.
maybe there may be a piece that slowly elevates going up.
Yeah, it just depends on how fast this elbow can be turned to get there.
Yeah.
It's a little tight.
Right.
So I'm not sure about that one, but that one's going to need a little bit of looking at a plumber. This is the TPR piping, which, let me see if I can show you. No, it's not in that picture. It's right down here, actually. Anyway, the pressure relief valve on the side of the water heater, the piping that goes across, they tried to glue it together. The pipe is okay. It's a special pipe made for hot water. I just took and pulled it apart.
Okay.
I don't think they put enough glue on it, basically, is the problem.
So this is not sealed correctly.
Right. It just needs to be better glued.
Easy fix.
Yeah, if you can pull it apart, and somebody needs to re-glue it up. But anyway,
Right.
so that's the pressure relief valve piping. Next, right behind the water heater, this is actually the water heater right here. On the wall behind it, you'll see this is some Romex wiring, high voltage wiring. Code just says that you cannot have any Romex wire visible below 8 feet. Either needs to be behind sheetrock in a wall, or they can put it in conduit. That's legal. You just can't have it hanging out where you can see it.
Okay.
So that either needs to be put in conduit, or they can put some sheetrock over
What
it.
is conduit?
The metal flex kind of
it's
conduit.
Flexi things.
Oh, like a...
Usually it's about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an
Just
inch.
cover-
It's
a
kind of
covering.
flexible. Yeah, and they run the wires through that pipe.
Okay.
They make it in rigid,
a casing.
hard pipe, or they make it in flexible kind of pipe.
Okay.
Protect the wire.
Yeah.
The vent is above,
Oh,
right above there,
that's-
so it's not drywall. It's stucco. It's because it's outside the garage.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
Yeah.
all stuck. So you could, like you said, put a hole higher,
A little higher up, maybe.
make it vent that way.
Absolutely. This one's a good laugh. Washer and dryer is in the garage. The washing machine goes into a drain. Well, that drain was not originally there. Actually, this house had no washer and dryer, so they put it out there in the garage. Attached the drain going out in where the deep sink is, and they needed a vent. Code requires that you have to have a vent. Code also requires that it has to go all the way up and out the roof. What they did was they went about 7 feet up on the wall and put this little special vent thing on inside the garage. This is made for a mobile home, not for a residential home. Code says you may never use a mobile home vent for a residential home.
Why, if a mobile home is able to be vented like that, why can't a residential?
That's a good question. They never should have even agreed to allowing them in a mobile home, but being that it is a movable object, wheels on it, they allow it. But not in a permanent residential. They want to see it out the roof. So this little attachment that's on here, this needs to just have a pipe with a little fitting, coupling, and the pipe has to go up out the roof and they have to cut a roof jack in on top of the roof. Yes. So
That's
it
not
needs
gonna
a roofing company will have to come out and cut that roof jack in and everything.
Oh,
Yeah. Next, since the water heater's in the garage, code requires that you'll always see little vent screens to allow air supply in for the combustible, since there's a flame inside of the water heater. He's come along and taken plywood pieces and actually covered over the vent screens. I guess maybe the garage was getting cold or something. They didn't want the cold air to come in, but code says you have to have some kind of ventilation.
That's on the side of the house?
Over on the side of the garage, yeah.
I seen one of them's covered, the other one's not.
Yeah.
It's got a screen on it. But this one,
Yeah, the other one's got a piece of wood on it too.
does it?
Yeah, it's starting to fall off a little bit, but the plywood's still there. But anyway, yeah, they're supposed to be vented anyway. At least on that. That's
This is like they got chicken wire or something. I mean, that's
It's
some kind of
exactly it,
something covering,
Yeah.
but it's
You'll
breathable.
see the screen inside of there, so at least some air gets in there for the
Okay.
combustible.
Did we see if that is there a screen behind that piece? Did you
I don't
remove
know.
it?
They put cabinets and everything in front of it in the garage. You
Oh.
have to move all the cabinets.
Oh, the back garage. Are you talking about the back garage or
Nope,
this?
right here on the
Oh,
side
this
wall
one.
of this
Okay.
garage. Yeah, where the water heater is. Yep. Okay, I don't know if we had a big tree or whatever, but the roots of some sort have lifted up the entire driveway over here in the center section, which is now a trip hazard. Which means if a little old lady walks up to your front door and walks out and face plants and sues you, yeah, you'll probably lose. So I don't know what it's going to take to repair that. It is so tall, it's way past grinding. That whole section of the driveway would have to be completely jackhammered and completely restored.
Can't you just like make it
Level it out?
It's this much difference in height, so it's going to be a pretty long level. But you could try to do something like
And
that.
these
but you
things
can see
that
how
will
far it
not
is.
pass, or are these just
no.
These are all things that I'm supposed to.
okay? So we're gonna go down a
and
list, and then you'll tell me what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, and then it's
Okay.
up to
The safety
you.
thing for sure.
Yeah.
This is he's gonna tell you everything.
Right. Okay. I just okay.
It's got to. I mean, the safety things of the gas being those first two things have to be fixed.
Yeah, screens. This is pretty cheap, actually. In
Oh,
the
is this a
electrical
breaker?
panel, the breakers, there's a double 30 amp breaker, and basically that goes to the dryer
So
outlet.
this is one breaker.
There's supposed to be a clip on this breaker here on the left, and that square clip that goes around and slides on has a little pin that sticks out the side and goes into that hole right there. So that way, if this handle was to go or this handle was to go, it'll pull the other handle.
They go together.
Yeah, that's all it is. Those clips, unfortunately, are not sold at Home Depot and Lowe's. You have to go to an electrical wholesale house in order to buy it, where all your electricians go and buy all their supplies. They stock them. You can take this picture with you, and the guy's going to laugh. He's going to go back to a little box, pull it out, go here, 35 cents. Yeah, but
Right.
anyway, and it just slides on the one on the left. But anyway, but they're the only ones that sell them. Yeah. Yes, our gutters are packed with leaves. That elm tree in the front, man, it's going to be fun. Always getting up there to blow out the gutters or
Or you get to get
whatever.
the catch thing.
Guards or
Like
something
guards.
maybe would be a good idea.
Yeah,
but
some
they
wire
are
or something.
packed with
Yeah.
leaves,
Well,
unfortunately.
I'm sure she can. I mean,
Yeah, she doesn't have anybody do anything for it, I don't think. So anyway. Okay, next, this is our front patio roof. You walk out right behind me out of this window right here. Unfortunately, this entire roof material that was put on is a code violation. Basically, you'll see a nice tabbed composition here. Well, they decided to use the same tabbed composition on this roof. The only problem is there's no slope in it. Code says that this slope has to be what they call 2 and 12 or greater. In other words, for every 12 inches of level, it has to raise 2 inches. Exactly. This, unfortunately, only raises 1 inch.
That should have been the rollout.
It should have been the rolled composition, not the tab style. Rolled is made for that
This
roof.
tab sits.
so
the
but
water
even
sits
if this is the wrong kind of the whatever the shingles or whatever they rolled out on here, the level of the roof is still not at a right angle.
Well,
is it?
it could be for a rolled one.
For a
you
rolled
can't.
composition, which is a 3 foot wide stuff that they roll out, that would be the
See,
correct
water
stuff
could
to
probably
use
sit
on
in it,
that.
right? So
It already has. It's already started running down the back, and it's dry
it doesn't
rotted.
have- see, water can sit in there and go
All
backwards.
the underside is all rotted because of this roof.
This whole roof.
Yeah, that whole entire roof has to come off, plywood and all. It's all dry rotted. Right up against the house here, and all the way out at the header where it holds it up out there at the posts. Both ends are completely
Because the
rotted.
water sits in the thing that goes backwards.
Yep, it's come up underneath, like, maybe the wind was blowing. The wind will blow the water up under these tabs, and it's been running down in right above this window right here. You'll see streaks of water running down. It's all rotted. He took his poker up there and went right through it.
Wow.
So that whole entire roof has to come off now.
Not the-
And be done
just
correctly. Not just the roofing material, but also the plywood.
backwards.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Okay.
Okay. Got a pretty good major crack in it the sheetrock guy needs to maybe repair if you wanted to, and that's in this bedroom closet right here. There's cracks and everything going up and down the sheetrock in there.
But that's just sheetrock. That's
It is, yeah. Underneath the house, when I was crawling, having that fun time down there, This would be the bathtub where the drain comes across and ties in. As you can see, it's leaking. So that has to be repaired. It looks like
the
the
drain.
nut.
The drain.
Yeah, the drain that comes right off the bottom of the bathtub before it goes down into the sewer system.
Okay,
right there under the tub, it's leaking. And it's leaking at a nut, not a glue joint, thank goodness.
So what is it?
Any plumber can fix it. Yeah, go down there and they'll probably take it apart, clean it real good, then we put the nut back on again and tighten it good. This one, unfortunately, will not be able to take tightening. I'm not sure whether or not our pest guy is calling, how he's calling. I think he is, to be honest with you. The shower, unfortunately, the whole entire floor has to be torn out.
Which one?
There's only one shower in the house.
Okay, gotcha.
And anyway, unfortunately, it's the old tile style that did not have a very good hot mop underneath it to prevent the water from leaking. The water's actually leaking down. This is actually a floor.
That's underneath the bath.
Yes,
So
I've got water just pouring right through the tiles.
That's like our one in Lincoln with the bad pan.
Oh yeah, right. Same exact thing. And you can see all the water stains. It has been leaking for years and years. Every time somebody takes a shower.
Right. She just told me the last time we were here that the head of it was leaking, and so they replaced that in the plumbing underneath the house.
Nope, none of that's going to do this. This is the actual tile floor that you stand on. All has to be gutted.
Because what happens, when you're standing on it, water is going through the tile, through the roof. I mean, through the floor.
Yeah, under the house, it's actually.
So where you're standing, maybe the leaks of the plumbing has been fixed, but this is like after you can take a shower, wash off your body, goes down to the tile. If it doesn't, whatever doesn't go on the drain goes to the tile and goes right to the floor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So it's leaking. So you're saying is it leaking through the tile? Is it leaking through the tile?
Yeah.
Whatever under the tile, they use tar, a black hot tar, and they pour it in there, wait for it to dry. And unfortunately, you can't see it. You just see the tile floor.
I still want to see the tile floor.
Yeah. You have to crawl underneath to see the leaks.
And all the grout and everything in there too is all destroyed. The grout's no good anymore.
That all has to come back.
Pretty good amount of stains, so I'm assuming Pest and Termite should have that on his report also. Yeah, over the years, the tar hot mop will just disintegrate over the years, usually about 40 to 50 years, and we're way recently past that. We're like 70 years old here. Yeah, we're still trying to use the original one. Yeah, it's
and the original what?
Hot mop that was underneath it.
What is the hot mop?
Well,
tar.
It's tar, and they got really hot, and you swirl around it to seal it, the underneath of it.
Before you tile the floor.
Oh, okay.
And that keeps the water from going through. But over the years, that tar cracks, and the water
the grout gets porous, and it goes right through the grout.
Yep.
Right through the
and
grout.
there's grout missing all over in there too.
So regrouting it couldn't fix it.
Nope. No, I wouldn't. The other problem I've got is the fact this is the fungus damage and everything.
Oh, there's water
underneath all of that
it's already bad.
So
and that's white growing underneath the house.
And if you wouldn't fix it, what really would happen is you're taking a shower, sometime down the road, and the whole thing will fall through.
Yeah, you'll be standing on the dirt. Yeah, not a good thing. So anyway, that'll have to be rebuilt. Nickel and dime. This is a sewer cleanout cap.
It can't be done. We did in Lincoln.
They have a band strap that goes around there that you take a screwdriver and you tighten the little nut on it, and it pulls the band in tight. And there's no band strap on it for some reason. And this is just a rubber boot that fits over the top of it that say Roto-Rooter.
But where is this at?
Right in the backyard, right here, right up near the foundation of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's right where the screen is that you take off to go under, and that's your sewer line.
My sewer line.
Mm-hmm. As it leaves the house, code requires within 2 feet you're supposed to have a clean out so that the Roto-Rooter could run your snake down inside there and clean out the sewer line.
Okay.
And that's what it is. It's every 2 feet, and they did a great job. The only problem is that they put this cap over the top of it with a band strap around it and tighten that band strap up nice and tight so it can't come off.
Okay.
It's just missing that metal band strap. So anyway.
It's easy.
Easy to fix.
15 cents.
Okay, let me hop into the main body of the report. Those are actually the major things that I've got in the house. But outside around the grounds, we already talked about the trip hazard in the driveway, common cracks in the patios and such. We talked about the dry rot damage here in the front patio over the front door, which will be on the pest report. Fences are so-so. I mean, you don't have a whole lot of fences here, to be honest with you. So basically, it's just kind of wood fence right here, and there's not too much work to do on it right now. As far as exterior walls, yes, there's dry rot damage in the trim around some of the windows. Some of these old windows, the wood ones, do have some dry rot in the corners and such. I don't get into the dry rot. I'm not allowed to actually call it for where it's at. that's the responsibility of the pest internal.
Every
And
time
where is the
every
pest
time
guy?
he finds
And
it,
he was here this morning,
guy's here.
and he'll get you a report within the next 2 days, showing every single dry rot spot on the house, and probably the issues underneath the house also to boot, because he did crawl the house. He was underneath there too.
Was Justin here?
Yeah. Sprinklers are actually working pretty darn good. That's one of the better things. There's a timer. Just as you walk out the door right here into the garage, on your right, there's a sprinkler timer right there on the wall.
Right.
Yeah, it's working great. They were on this morning, matter of fact. Gutters. What do I got here?
Can be cleaned.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
in good shape. They're just gonna be cleaned.
That's all I've really got. Yeah, let me. It's just basically they're all filled with debris. I know it's kind of nickel and dime. Kind of have to do that all the time. Let's see here. No, I don't want any of those. No, I'll have to refine it later.
You're unfilled with debris. Or you were.
What was it?
You're on it.
That's it right there. What am I going to change? That's what. Okay. Alrighty. Other than that, they are brand new gutters. The roof was put on, they were saying about 8, maybe 9 years ago, which is good. It's a 25-year roof. It's really good. So the gutters were done at the same time.
So do they? It's a 25-year warranty. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Now, that's not from the guy that put it on. That's from the company that made the stuff. Yeah. You'd have to go back to them. Say at 15 years, all the granules started washing off or something. Yeah, okay, well, it didn't last you 20, 25 years, so yes, they would replace
But
it.
I'd have to get the information from her where she had.
Right, that
who
was,
had it done.
my next thing I was going to say. If there's any way to find out who put it on, that'd be kind of nice. Get some information about maybe the brand, what it was called, and that kind of stuff. Because that guy could be in Puerto Vallarta in 10 years. And
Right.
okay, great. I'll go back to the company. I don't know the name of this company. What
Yeah.
company made this product? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd be a good idea if they've got that info.
See, that detail's not in here, but it's on here now.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
It's good original, I think.
Now
Okay.
she's lived here for over 30 years, so I know they put it on. I'm just
Right.
hoping they still have the info.
She
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
hopefully,
anyway.
or her husband had it.
Somebody, yeah. Under the house, fantastic on the foundation. Your piers, the posts, the girders, everything A+. Don't have anything leaning sideways. No issues that it looks like there's ever been standing water under this house. Nothing. Dry as a bone down there. Very good. Usually I have
Besides
some
the water that's
issues with the
leaking from-
foundation. Well, other than the free
shower.
water supply underneath the shower and tub, yeah, really.
Is it?
So-
It's just the shower, not the tub.
Both. The tub is leaking also.
Underneath,
Underneath.
or
And
is it
then
the
you
drain?
said-
I have
That's
another
the drain.
picture here. Just right where the drain connects to the bottom of the tub, it comes off the drain and it immediately bends and comes over and goes down this thing. As soon as it comes off right there, there's a nut.
So that's the
Okay,
easy
that
but
is
the
fix.
plumbing though. That's plumbing.
It's just a plumbing. I
Okay.
mean, a plumbing thing that you just
But
tighten
the
that
shower and the floor has like a
nut.
mandatory.
No, the shower's a whole other issue. Yeah.
Now it has to be replaced.
Yeah.
The whole floor's got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Afraid so.
Okay, I'll start picking your brain later.
Really.
We just did
Now-
one. We just did one up in Lincoln.
Yeah. Same thing.
And it was a brand new house too, though. So it happens to everybody.
As far as the roof goes, the main body of the house roof, A+. Perfect. Very good. Well done.
Even though you
It's
said
just-
this is dry rot.
This is not part of the house. This is a patio cover.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's listed differently than the house.
But where it's touching the house, you said.
The house is not rotted.
Oh,
it's still the patio
You're
cover, the
saying you're
plywood.
poking along the edge. It's still
Just-
part of that awning.
It's all
Yes.
the patio thing.
It's all the plywood on the patio.
The roof part of it's good.
Yeah.
The main part of it's just
I
the
don't, and
patio.
that'll be up to him when he was poking around if he saw anything on the house side, but I didn't see any. Yeah.
Because really, in all realistic, the whole patio comes off, and then just redo the patio.
Yeah.
But the right kind of roofing material on it.
Mm-hmm. That would be it. Water and plumbing, I got 42 pounds of water pressure. The main shutoff is just as you go to the front door around the corner right here, just in the front of the house right here. Right up against, you'll see this pipe coming out of the ground, just a big huge shutoff valve right there. That's just the water off to the whole house. If for some reason
If
you needed
it was like
turn it off.
Something was
Yeah, leaking so bad that you
something
need to call a
exploded and
plumber.
the
Yeah.
water shooting
Yeah,
out of the
right.
sink.
Right.
Let's
Just
shut
right
it
out in the
off.
front
Yeah.
yard, you'll see a pipe right up against the foundation, right up against the wall, about a few inches out. There's this pipe that comes up, goes into the house, but there's a big shutoff valve on the side.
Okay.
Well, also, if they want to
Makes it-
replace the faucet too, they do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn
Now,
off water supply.
Nice enough though. Somebody went through and yanked out maybe about 90% of all the old cast iron sewer lines. ABS plastic was not invented when they built this house. It was the old cast iron. Well, at about 70 years, cast iron gets so bad it starts rusting out of the bottom of it. Somebody's gone through and replaced all of it with brand new plastic ABS pipe.
The plumbing.
Really big. We're talking thousands of dollars that would have normally fallen to you. You don't have to do it now. Now, the plumbing in the house, a little bit of galvanized water lines and a little bit of
Now,
copper still
really
on
quick,
the water.
the plumbing, because ain't the shower and that part of the plumbing? No?
It is.
Because she said that that's why they just redid all of that because the shower was leaking. She said because the shower started leaking here, they ended up doing all the plumbing underneath the house.
Okay. That's fine.
Why is that stuff still leaking if it has all new plumbing under there?
There's just the
Well,
it's just a too
you mean
small
the tub?
Yeah.
You mean the tub leak?
There's a
Yeah.
Yeah,
leak.
it's just a fault of whoever did it.
Oh.
Whoever installed all that new piping down
So
there
it is
didn't
new
get that
piping.
nut
It's just
tight.
still leaking.
He just didn't tighten the nut up tight enough.
Okay, so it's
not a
not
big
old.
deal.
It's just something that needs replaced. Okay.
No, or tightened.
And the plumbing. Okay.
It's
and
there.
it's the flooring, not the.
It's not the plumbing. It's
Yeah,
the
and
floor.
that water damage is from before they replaced all this. That's
Yes.
what caused this.
It's been going on for
floor.
years. He said.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
With the amount of stains down there, it's been going on for many years.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as the water heater goes, we talked about the vent flue pipe.
And who knows how long it'll
it's
last?
uphill.
I mean,
Yeah, true.
Who know? Just you'll know when you fall through.
Time to replace it.
At that time, it's time to replace it. There you go. That's a good indicator. I like that. Yeah, we talked about everything on the water heater. I'll have it in here about it has to have, the up 1/4 inch per foot rise on that vent. The other thing, though, is
Is this
Go ahead.
what the recommendations are? Is all this going to be in the report, or should I be writing this stuff down?
no, that's why I've got it in red.
You're going to get a copy of this
All this
too.
is in
I
red of
YouTubed
all the
this
items
thing
that need to
and
be
sent it
fixed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
know
can
that
look
the-
at check boxes, but I'm going
needs
to put
to
it
be
in red.
fixed, but the fix and what
The recommendations all be in
the
red.
recommendations. Yes, thank you.
The other thing is, since that water heater is newer, it's after 2012, a new code came out in 12 saying that you have to do what's called an expansion tank on top of the water heater. They did not include that expansion tank. Unfortunately,
Do we have to do it now?
Yes. As of 2012, November,
Yeah,
they were
but
required by
Was
code.
that installed? You don't know.
This is a 2015 water heater.
Oh, so it's brand new. So there's no way around it.
So it shows me definitely Joe Homeowner installed it. Any plumber would know that code, and they would have installed the tank on it. It's
Right.
an expansion
Well, so now
tank.
that you put a tank on top, we definitely can't get that little elbow
No,
thing.
It's a little higher up, so it's okay.
It's okay.
It's not
Oh.
part of the venting, it's part of the
Oh.
water. It goes on
Yeah.
the actual cold water line.
Oh,
Going into the
okay.
water.
I'm thinking we're putting something on top of it. I'm like, okay, now
It
it's
makes it
getting
even
higher.
worse. Yeah, no
No,
joke.
it goes way down.
That would be really great. So anyway, I'll have all that in there. Heater up in the attic is a 60,000 BTU furnace. It's one of those horizontal kind of a furnaces. It sits on a plywood platform, just right up here in the attic. Very good. Color of the flame, everything was fine. The only thing that I've got on it, I think it's on the next page
rattle.
here, is I've just got a rattle, and it's called a squirrel cage fan. The fan turns to blow the air through the house, but it's got this all
Maybe
the
it's
time.
It's not
So
vibrating. It's not vibrating. It's just
It's a weird gargly noise, yeah. So it may take a heat and air guy to come out, pull the sides off the whole unit, get in there and see if there's just a bolt that
bearing.
didn't get tight, or
Or
a
a bearing.
bearing going out on the fan itself when it's turning. Something. Just standing down here in the hall bathroom, it's loud enough it would annoy the heck out of you.
Oh, you can hear it.
It's that loud down in the house, not just
Okay.
up in the
Right.
attic. So otherwise I probably wouldn't even called it, but yeah, it's loud enough I would.
So that HVAC guy's got to come out, Mike.
Yeah, good idea. Air conditioning though, freezing cold. New unit out in the backyard out there. I got 17 degrees of differential, which that number has to be at least 12 to pass code. You're getting 17. That is freezing cold. So I love it. The unit does have the correct size of breaker and the correct size of fuses also for that air conditioner. A lot of times, like if you had a home warranty, they could use that as a reason to get out of covering the air conditioner if it was ever blow. The guy read the sign that says max 30 amp fuses. The guy pulls the fuses out and goes, oh, somebody put 40s in here. That's too big. Oops, that just voided your warranty.
Please,
So
these are
that's
too
why I
big.
want to double check it. These are perfect. Guy did
Okay,
a
fine.
great job on installing
So
this.
air conditioning units have plugs.
Breakers.
Well, they have a breaker and they have fuses also.
Fuses.
Yeah.
Fuses.
Right next to the air conditioner, I've ever seen an outside air conditioner. If you look just a little bit to the right or to the left, there's a small little metal box right on the wall there next to the air conditioner. If you open that box up, there's this thing you grab and you pull it out. It's got two
Big
fuses in it.
Okay.
That's where they put the fuses. Yeah, they're not in the air conditioner. They're over here in this little electrical disconnect box.
Which we normally, if something goes out, first thing you probably check on it.
Yeah, that would be it.
But
Instead
it's
of
a
calling
good shape
someone out
overall.
thousands of-
Just the only thing he's finding is that little rattle.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll mention in here as far as the electrical panel about that little clip missing on the 30 amp breaker, the little square clip that you have to go to a wholesale house to buy, unfortunately. And then we'll mention here, not all 3-prong plugs are really grounded. There are, some of the house has 2-prong outlets, which is correct. It only had 2 wiring. Somebody's added a little bit of new wiring here and there and grounded it. Like there's a few in the garage that are actually 3-prong, and even in the kitchen they're 3-prong. The kitchen was grounded, however, about half of the garage, some are grounded, some are not. It's still the old 2-wire, which just means like, 3-prong, you have that little hole on the bottom. It's just not grounded. it's really no big deal. If it was, more near wet, like a sink in the bathroom or something, I might worry about it. But yeah, we're fine. So I wouldn't even worry about it. That's perfectly okay. Oh, now this though is a little weird. When you walk into both the bedrooms, there's a ceiling fan in both the bedrooms, but there's no light kit on the bottom of those fans. The only problem is when you walk in, the light switch that was on the wall as you walked in, they used to run a light on the ceiling. They took the light out and installed a fan. The only problem I have is code says that when you walk into a bedroom, you have to either be able to turn a light on in the ceiling, or that switch has to run an outlet.
Right.
People will plug a lamp or something in the outlet.
So
So
there's no
when you
light
turn it
turn
on,
switch.
it pops it. So right now, there's no way to turn a light on without walking across the room over to a lamp someplace on a dresser to turn it on manually.
They could have just
So
put a fan with a
Right,
With
which
a light under
ideally
it,
I
that
just
would have
was
passed.
telling her, I would want
Yeah.
something with a light on it anyways. in
True.
there, but
So you may want to, if
Just
these
be
don't
aware of
take
it.
light kits very well, you might end up having to find a more, since they're only 8-foot ceilings, you want one of those type of hugger fans that are a little bit tighter to the ceiling that you could put a light kit on the bottom and not, hit your
Bang
head.
your head, yeah.
exactly. And actually code does require those have to be at 7 feet. Yeah, you can't be below
From
7
the-
feet. Floor up is 7 feet, yeah. But they just took the lights off the ceilings and put these nice fans on, and now it doesn't meet code for the lighting. So I'm going to have to call that.
He used to tell you everything. Some stuff you don't deal with, but just if you want a light in there, you should have.
Right.
Oh, next thing is, when you walk in this door here, the garage, on your right there, you can walk into that second bedroom right there. Or if you have this way to it. That door originally was not there. They added it. And actually, a bedroom door is supposed to be 2'6". This is only 2'2". It's even smaller. But they
what
added
do you mean,
that
2
door.
by
In other
6
words,
tall and
the
2?
the width of it for a bedroom is usually 2'6".
Okay.
They have a 2'2". It's a little small, but it's a door to get in there, which is okay. The problem is anytime you have a door entering into a bedroom, even if it's this one or this door over here coming in this direction, you have to have a light switch when you walk into the bedroom. Since they added that door, nobody ever put a switch in there. So if you do come into that bedroom, you have to walk all the way over to this wall over here to flip on.
But that light switch still's not going to
But
flip on the
you're
light.
still not going to
It's
get
still
a
not
light.
going to work.
So that whole package
So
of
we're
light
going to put a lamp
switching.
right inside the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
got it.
anyway,
there you go.
He has to tell you.
Turn on the hall light.
I'm supposed to tell you what codes say. You're
Put your
supposed
door
to-
headlight
Yeah.
on.
Okay, the front door unfortunately does not latch. It's with
Can't
a
latch?
strike plate in. When you close the door, the door
Oh, they
handle
don't
is
line
supposed
up.
to fall into the hole to latch it. Yeah, it's down here.
Oh, it doesn't
the
latch
door
up, that's
sagged just a
it.
touch, and it
Okay.
doesn't latch now. And also the handle sticks. When you turn the handle, it just stays there.
Is
You
it?
have to help it back.
So will it latch at all if you push it or shove it or lift it or?
Yes, if you lift it,
If you
it
lift
dropped just enough that you.
So maybe you think a hinge is loose, so it kind of maybe
No,
not.
hinges
No?
are not loose. No, it needs to be readjusted for sure, or bent the hinges. Yeah.
Or drill it down a little further.
Or just lift up the door and it'll close.
Okay, doors that rub in the house. The hall bathroom door rubs. The bedroom one here, they also rub on the jamb. Matter of fact, bedroom one, you can't even close the door. It's actually hitting the jamb.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's going to take a handyman who knows how to fix doors.
They sand it down.
Many of the doors stick also. The door handles, when you turn them, they just stay there. You have to kind of help them back. Yeah,
Well,
every-
some of them are
handles.
painted. That's
that's a good reason, yeah.
yeah.
As far as the windows go, most of these windows, except for just a couple of them here in the kitchen, are metal. They're all the wood, single hung. It's a what they call double sash. The bottom one does slide up, or you can grab the top one and slide it down.
Really?
Yeah, it's a double hung
these-
style. All
these
your old
windows?
wood windows are, yeah.
They have the
I
things
noticed
on
that
the
they go
side,
up.
The
They have
weights.
the old weights.
Yeah, the weights
Yeah,
too.
they're
Wow.
still holding. Yeah. The only window I've got that's cracked is in this little entryway closet. There's
Yeah.
that round window,
Yeah.
and that round one's cracked in the glass. Yeah.
That one's pretty funky.
Alrighty. Recommend operational bars at the second bedroom. This one here has one of those things that you pull, it
to
loosens
release.
it, and it releases the bars open on the windows. This bedroom does not. They are permanently sealed bars. But the reason why they're getting away with it is code says you must have 2 exits out of a bedroom if you do not have operational bars. If you do, you got a door this way and a door that way.
And then these front windows do
Do
not.
not. They're not.
those
they're not
4
sleeping
windows
spaces. They're
do-
considered sleeping only.
Oh.
You have to have the operable bars. So your call. You could make one of those operable if you wanted to. It's going to cost a bit of money for them to come out and redo the bars, but
The security bars.
yeah,
You can't get out.
not out of that bedroom.
Not out of that one, but out of this
They're
one.
permanently attached to the stucco.
But this is to the back door. You can get out
But
the
there
back.
are 2 exits, so it meets code. Yeah. cannot latch the second bedroom windows. Oh, both those windows, when you slide them down, even if you grab the top one and push it up as tight as you can get it where they go together, you're supposed to be able to flip this little half-round thing around and latch it. Just doesn't quite get enough to latch them.
Okay.
Too much paint.
So they don't want.
So anybody could just slide those open, but not really, because there's bars on both those windows, so they
Right,
couldn't
but
get
you
in
know,
if
those,
they wanted.
yeah.
But right now you can't latch those two windows in there. Let's see here. A lot of common cracks in the walls. Major crack at that second bedroom closet wall that needs to be
Yeah, there's some I seen
textured
one in
a
the
little bit.
kitchen, one there, and one in the front too.
Mm-hmm.
And these are, you're saying these are, those are not anything to do with the structure. That's just
No,
like the
they're
the
Just settle.
I don't know what you're calling this kind of wood.
Settle.
I mean,
It's
the sheetrock?
sheetrock.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's settled. It's just like the first layer. It's
It
Yeah.
is. That's
is
pretty
not-
standard for regular older houses like
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Because right when that joint probably came together, they had the tape and they didn't
It didn't hold. Yeah.
hold.
I do have a couple cracked floor tiles, like in the entryway, the hall bathroom. There's a few cracked tiles on the floor. They're not loose, but just have like cracks. I'm going to mention about the carpet needs stretching. I think you have to notice when you kind of walk into the hallway here and all that area there and into the bedrooms, all of it's kind of buckled up a little bit.
yeah.
It does need to be stretched. If you're keeping it, I don't know if you're going to lose it. Couldn't find the fireplace. I looked everywhere too. Let's see here. Smoke detectors in the hall, and the carbon monoxide is even installed in the hallway.
Yeah,
Thank you
make sure
very
that.
much. And let's see here. As far as
And
laundry out there,
because the kitchen's over here, we ain't required to have a fire detector or a smoke detector over here. One, it's
It's a
fine.
bedroom.
yep, just the hallway for the bedroom. Actually, about 10 years ago, they took it out of the code book. They used to have a code saying that they wanted a smoke detector. Nope. Now the code book says you may not allow a smoke detector within, I think it's 8 feet or 10 feet.
Oh,
from
because
the
they're
kitchen.
probably always going off.
They pick up steam.
Oh.
So you're boiling water and it goes off all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they said no more smoke detectors in the kitchens. Laundry, basically perfect out there. The only thing it doesn't have is gas. If you were to have a gas dryer, a PG&E gas, natural gas, but it does have the 240.
It
so
could run.
Plug it in.
You could
You can
run
get
it.
the water heater. Yeah,
You could run from the camera.
sure could. Yeah, I mean if you had a gas dryer and you wanted to spend the money.
And the gas dryer,
pay a
this
plumber.
one sounds silly. No, it still has to have a vent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for the
Oh.
lint. Yeah, still have to have a lint.
Still gotta dig a hole in the roof.
Still got to do it. No, that is for a plumbing vent for the
Water.
the water
But
for the deep sink.
The air vent coming off the back of the dryer, you said had to be replaced. It had to go
No.
through the roof.
That was for the
That's-
washer.
That's the washer
Oh, that is
machine.
the washer?
That's the water as it discharges out. That vent going
Needs to
up is
breathe.
for the discharge water to allow air
Oh.
in to get it to go down the sewer line.
You need air
It's for
coming in,
water.
so when you turn the water on, it goes in, so it needs to breathe. To push
I
it
thought that
out.
was a vent, the air coming out.
No.
No, that's the air supply for the sewer line. So
Yeah,
it goes
just,
fast.
it's just it gets lots of.
Attic's
So
about
it's
4
not a
inches
have
deep
to
of
have.
insulation.
That's correct.
Yeah,
True.
insulation's pretty good up there. It's not too bad. This is old school 2x4 rafters, 2x4 ceiling joists. Back in the good old days when they used redwood, that was really 4
Yeah.
inches, not 3.5. Real redwood. It's
That's
like
kind of-
wow, really nice.
that's
Which is
real wood.
I
They
like.
have it in here. What is
Yeah.
this?
Yes.
The attics?
It's the attic area. There's some old water stains from the old roof they had on here from when it leaked, but
Yeah.
now they got a new roof. It's kind of nice. Yeah, very, very nice thing I like about redwood is termites do not like redwood.
And
They
it's
don't eat
redwood
it.
up there.
It's all redwood on the framing. I love
except
it.
for the patio
There's
cover.
some studs and stuff like that.
The patio cover is not.
Pretty not.
The patio was
Um,
added after.
And then out in the garage, we already talked about the ventilation's blocked over there on the side where they put the plywood pieces on. Door coming in is okay. Now, in the old days, this wall going across here, where the garage touches living space, nowadays is called a firewall. It has to have at least a 1 hour fire rating, so if a car catches on fire, and hopefully the fire department can get here before
Before
it
the
gets
house gets
into the
burned down.
house. That's right. In this case, none of those codes existed, so you do not have a firewall. And it'd be too much to ever change. It would be thousands of dollars to ever actually put it to a firewall. And like this door right here that goes out into the garage has glass in it.
Yeah,
Definitely doesn't mean fire code. You can't have
Yeah.
glass in a solid core fire door. So
They're not
anyway,
gonna- if
don't
you-
worry about it. Somebody could walk in here and say, "Oh man, you have glass in your fire door." Well, don't listen to them because the whole rest of the wall doesn't meet fire code either.
Yeah.
Nothing does. So anyway, exterior door, standard door handles missing. I don't know why, but they've got deadbolts on that side garage door. No regular door handle. So when you close it, it just opens back up again.
Right.
It doesn't
right.
latch.
It's a steel door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you throw the deadbolt. But
Right.
anyway, so yeah, you might want to take one of those deadbolts out and put a regular door handle on it. So
Yeah.
at least you can latch the door. Moisture damage to the jambs of the roll-up garage door. Which he'll have on his, just the jams are rotted down at the base.
On which garage?
This roll up
This-
door here.
Oh, yeah, this is the only-
I didn't inspect that one out there.
Well, they both roll up, but
Yeah.
this one's electric. Okay.
Yeah, this one has the garage door opener with the safety features, auto reverse, all that kind of stuff's working great. The only thing I had on electrical is that exposed wire that's on the wall that really should be in conduit or behind sheetrock,
Behind the hot water.
which is that picture I showed you. Yeah. The only thing I made a note on the comments was just the fact that I can't see all the garage. It's got a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things when you do your walkthrough at the end and they've got all the stuff out of the garage.
And it's all lining the walls.
That's the time to kind of look at it and see what's going on.
Maybe the
those
termite
walls.
guy couldn't check it either.
That's right. Couldn't see anything. Yeah, there's only like maybe 10%.
We given that note to keep everything.
Yeah, we did not move anything away from any of the walls. It's packed. Okay, our kitchen, minor cracks in the counter tiles. Recommend sealing the sink to counter connection where the tile wraps down onto the sink. All the grout's falling out for some reason. It needs to be regrouted around the sink right there where it touches the tiles. Garbage disposal was great. The range, the oven, the bake, the broil, it's gas. No problem with any of that kind of stuff. The dishwasher worked perfect. Both wash arms are turning. Hand touched everything under the sink. The drain lines, the P-traps, and also the shut-off valves. Dry. Love it. No leaks. There is a water supply coming in behind that refrigerator from the other side of the wall where the water heater is. They tapped in and did a little T, and they brought a water line through. So if you have, I don't know, water in the door, an ice maker, whatever, you can hook it up.
Oh,
You got water.
okay.
Kind of nice. Just no microwave oven in there that I could find,
Right.
other than the little one you can put on the counter. And then last would be the bathroom. Toilet, perfect. No cracks, no leaks. Oh, that's kind of unusual. Same with the sink. I hand-touched everything underneath the sink, flooded it with water, none. 0 leaks at all. Ventilation's okay. Bathtub was great. Shower just basically is the bigger culprit. The shower door also, which kind of is a little bit redundant now, though. The little 1-inch rubber that hangs down on the bottom of a glass shower door, when you open it, there's always a piece of rubber to keep the water from splashing out when you're taking a shower. It's been all ripped off. It's gone. So there's space like this under the door, unfortunately. But that's beside the point, because that whole floor's got to come out, which means they're going to totally take that enclosure out. They're going to rip all that glass out, and everything's going to go.
So, I don't know, that's going to sound funny when they replace a floor. I mean, they got to take the sink, the counter, the tub. I mean, all of that's got to be removed.
Well,
It'll be up to the guy that does
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I don't know about the tub side
The tub
necessarily.
the tub side, you go up and fix it underneath, right?
Yeah, that would be
Okay,
underneath.
they gotta come here and saw.
As long as there's not a
They
floor
have to
issue.
saw. They just did it in Lincoln. They have to saw about a couple feet up where the tile is. All that's got to come out, and they got to go down, rip all the stuff on the floor, redo the floor. Then they do the hot mop or whatever they do if you want it retiled. Or
So they don't have to take the sink and stuff. That
No.
stuff stays. They just remove
Oh yeah,
it.
just the floor where the shower is.
Yeah,
Okay.
luckily the sink is on the other side. There is some dry rot in that floor. I'm hoping it's pretty much right there at the shower, and it doesn't go over under the tub. If it does, I don't know if they can do it from underneath it or not, or they may have to move the tub. It'll be up to the guys doing the repair. We'll have to come
I
out
get a
and
bid.
really
We get estimate
scrutinize
from
it.
Robert. Robert, come on and give us a bid.
Yeah, somebody
Unless
needs to
you
go
know
down
plumber.
there, probe everything, and see
I
what's
would know
soft.
stuff we trust.
So yeah, but hopefully that'll all be on the pest and termite report. But that's why I like to include pictures in case somebody does
So
question it.
we're done.
That's it.
I'm gonna show them the